So, you can see the sun. Don't look at it though, because it burns. The sun is 150 million kilometers or 93 million miles away. That's 3,743 trips around the world, which would take about 3,500 years for you to walk. Okay, that's a long time. I'll be dead way before that. How about going way faster, like at the speed of light? If we go by the speed of light, it will only take about 18 minutes to travel around the Earth 3,143 times. That's not even close to a light year, which is 37,200 years long, and I'm getting off topic. Those are lots of numbers, you don't care, and you don't really understand them. Don't worry, neither can I. Another thing I don't understand though is how can we feel the heat of the sun when we're that far away from it? Okay, how do we feel heat? Air, right? No, air does not have anything to do with making us feel warm. You know how when you're in front of a fire you feel warm? That's not because air is blowing at you from the fire, it's because of the radiation the fire is giving off. Okay, so heat from the sun isn't air, it's radiation. That explains how it gets through space. But how is it so fast? Well, I did mention light earlier for nothing because it's light. There's lots of types of light. Radio waves, microwaves, X-rays, infrared. Stop there at infrared. What is infrared? It's not red, by the way, we can't see it so it doesn't really have a colour, but you would know where it's used. It's used in TV remotes. Infrared cannot be seen by human eyes, but it can be seen by cameras, so when the TV receives infrared light from the remote, it sends a message to be turned on. But what has heat got to do with TVs? Everything, really. You see, light and radiation are the same thing. When you say light, you mean radiation, and when you say radiation, you mean light. More or less, some exceptions, we move on. This answers our question. Heat gets to Earth fast because heat is radiation, and radiation is light, and light is fast. But let's look into this a bit more. The sun makes light. Light travels from the sun and reaches Earth in 18 seconds. The most harmful light, like ultraviolet or UV rays, which cause sunburn and skin cancer, most of it is absorbed by the atmosphere and bounces back into space, while the rest goes through and shines down on Earth. Objects absorb sunlight and reflect others. Your Lightning McQueen sandals reflect the red visible light, while your baby Groot absorbs the red but reflects the brown. Okay, a little off track with the visible light, but it does relate to our hot infrared lights too. Let's say some radiation comes through the atmosphere, travels down to Earth and starts hitting a load of stuff. It hits a white handbag and a black handbag. The white handbag starts absorbing the radiation and then gives it off, giving off heat and getting warmer. But the black bag is also absorbing this radiation, and it's absorbing it way faster than the white handbag is, and it's giving off the radiation way faster too, getting even hotter than the white handbag in a shorter amount of time. They're made of the same material, but because of the colour, one is warmer than the other, but why? Okay, for this example, let's go to preschool. We're painting things with the colours white, brown, green and red. You aren't the brightest bulb and start painting the paper with the white paint, which does nothing. Meanwhile, I'm mixing all the paints left, the brown, green and red, and throwing it at the page, which makes a big black blob. Confused as to what this example means? Okay, so the paint is light. Your painting only has white light, and it doesn't like any other lights because that will make it not white anymore. Meanwhile, my painting is a mix of all the lights, and so it wants all the light it can get. See where this is going? Infrared is still light, even if we can't see it. Since white only wants some lights, it won't take lots of infrared light. Since black wants all the lights though, it'll take lots of infrared light, making black warmer than white. So, objects can absorb infrared light. Does that mean we can too? One viewer asks, and well done viewer, you've hit the nail right on the head with your own hammer head. Here's a gold star. Just like the objects around us, we too absorb light, our skin taking it all in. That's why we tan. When we're outside in the sunlight, the little bits of dangerous UV rays that got through the atmosphere start attacking our skin. Our body starts fighting back by releasing chemicals that kind of protect us from the UV ray called melanin. Melanin, which has the side effect of turning our skin darker. But tan doesn't really protect you from UV rays, so it's always a great idea to wear sun cream. And with that final piece of advice, ladies and gentlemen, it's been a pleasure. That is why we can feel the heat. Good morning, good evening, and good night.